Some people move on, but not us. Not us.
Welcome to the second episode of Hulk Wins All. Today we've got Stephen McElroy guest starring. Today we're going to be covering the Avengers Endgame hype and what we're expecting by ourselves.
And what we're looking forward to.
Yes. So, without further ado,
Without further ado,
okay.
let's get into it.
Without further ado, let's get into it. Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s, and Carol Danvers and her powers come from the Tesseract.
If you've seen Captain Marvel, you might have seen the cat puking out the Tesseract. So, if it was there, then how did Loki take that? Well, how did the Tesseract get all over the place?
Okay, so
Like, seriously. First it was in Asgard
Yes,
on the
yes.
Thanos gauntlet, whatever. Then Loki got it, opened a portal in New York. And then somehow it got in a cat's mouth.
back to the initial question. Do you think the hype is appropriate for Avengers Endgame?
Yes, totally. I mean, there should be more. Like, I don't think there's enough.
Yeah?
It's gonna be the best movie as we know. It should be amazing. Like, from the trailers so far, they aren't too promising, but I think it's gonna be a good movie.
Yeah. I am so excited. We are 100% going to see the premiere together.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what
Classy.
to expect.
Classy.
Classy,
Okay,
glassy.
go for it.
I don't know what to expect because Thanos is gonna be more of a
Side character in this.
yeah.
Like, the last one, he was a big character, and then he wiped out 50% of the population. And so, after his big debut, and you saw at the end he was really weak, sitting on that cliff, like Killmonger. So, I'm not sure if that's just another...
So I think the hype it's there. It's definitely there. And I am, for one, like, so excited. So, what do you say about Captain America, or who do you think's gonna die not because of the snap in the following movie?
Not because of the snap.
Not because of the snap.
We all know Spider-Man's gonna be alive because of the next movie.
Yeah, and they're
So
making so much money off
Spider-Man's-
of him.
So Spider-Man's out of the picture. He's definitely gonna be alive.
Black Panther,
Black Panther, like
Doctor
Of
Strange.
course.
Those are all new
Doctor
characters.
Strange, all the new characters, Captain Marvel, all of those big money movie characters, they have to stay. So
Black Widow, because they're making a Black Widow movie.
yeah, so all those people that are gonna make a following up movie, they're gonna have to stay. But I say Hawkeye he's one of the
He's dead.
maybe. He's one of the weaker characters, and I mean, how long can he stay alive with an Archer that, if you haven't seen it, Saturday Night Live with the Avengers, watch that.
Yeah,
It's
so
amazing.
Hawkeye has a sword now.
He has a sword now?
Yeah, in the trailer. So
He
yeah.
got a
he's still gonna
life.
die.
He got a life. He got a life, people.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
Wait,
a
he's murdering
super
people in
cool.
Japan?
Yeah, that's kind of his thing, and then he gets found and he's like cutting himself.
Um,
I mean, he's not really cutting himself, but he's like cutting his armor, and it's not breaking through. That's the thing. It's like how powerful is his armor, and yeah, I agree. Hawkeye, I think is gonna die. Captain America gonna die.
I have a feeling they kill in the final Marvel. They're gonna they're not going to be nice to us. They're going to kill one of our favorite characters, which I know we all love, Iron Man. Say in the comments if you don't like Iron Man or why.
Everyone loves Iron Man.
Yes, Robert Downey Jr. Do you think the Avengers, the good guys, are ever going to win?
100%. Because, yes,
Or should
I
I say-
definitely think they're going to come back and they're going to win using time travel. And you may have heard about the 14,605 theory, which is the theory labeled as Doctor Strange's plan. When he's looking at the different
chances they have.
chances to win. So
And
I think
didn't he say the plan was going when everyone died? Didn't he say?
he didn't say that,
it's
but
going right,
he let Star-Lord do the horrible thing, and not even gonna mention it. I'm gonna cry. And he still let him do it. So that means they weren't really gonna win. If he knew that was gonna happen, he would have stopped it. So he thought they weren't gonna really win. That wasn't the scenario.
I don't think the word win can even be mentioned here. It was more like the best scenario.
Yeah.
Like nobody is gonna win.
I think they're gonna
just
use
the best scenario to happen.
time travel
Definitely.
or
probably.
a parallel multiverse or the quantum realm where they
Quantum realm. I think that just because remember in Ant-Man and the Wasp how Ant-Man is still in the quantum realm,
yeah.
and then in the new trailer, Ant-Man is up there. So he comes to the door asking for answers, and that's where it's going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Because with all the characters, Rocket, War Machine, Star-Lord, Captain America, like all of those characters, it's going to be huge.
Yes.
It's just gonna,
I think they're gonna use the quantum realm or a parallel universe. They're gonna make their own Infinity Stone, or if it's time travel, beat Thanos to getting the Infinity Stones.
Make their own Infinity Stone?
Get their own Infinity Stones. Make their own gauntlet, and then they'll use it against him. Maybe get multiple, and then they have an advantage. And then with the time reversing, they could possibly use the time stone to reverse everything. Who knows? You know one question I have for you, Steven?
What?
Scoot over.
What?
That was my question. Could you please scoot over?
That I did.
Thank you. Another question I have for you, Steven, is what similarities do you find between Killmonger and Thanos?
Both bad guys, obviously. And what I think the best similarity is, they're trying to do the best for their people. Like Killmonger, he wants to make all those little guys, he wants them to stand up, and he does that in not the smartest way. And Thanos, he wants not everyone to die, and he doesn't do that in the smartest way either. So I think just by saying that, that gives a lot of comparison.
Yes, I totally agree. They are both very complicated characters who we relate to, in a way, because they're both kind of decent people, and their actions do affect others negatively, but in the big scheme of things, if Thanos did complete his task and everybody stayed dead in the following movie, then the world would be better. The world would be technically. I mean, it wouldn't be not for the cost
emotionally.
Yeah.
Not the cost it would be, but in the scheme of things, the people dying out, the people over resources, like in the cost, the toll that it would take, like all the important people that it would kill, that wouldn't be.
Yeah, we would definitely go into chaos, and I think with Killmonger, he was trying to have Wakanda be helping relations and like
Open out to the
open
world.
out, but in the same way try to rule the world.
Yes.
So they have
Definitely.
they're both very complicated people with
They're both.
both.
Say both.
Both very complicated people with interesting backstories. As Thanos, you know, he had a proposition to Titan to not die off. Very complicated people with
They're both.
both.
Say both.
Both very complicated people with interesting backstories. As Thanos, you know, he had a proposition to Titan to not die off, but to commit genocide and have 50% of their population killed. With Killmonger, he was trying to have Wakanda be helping relations and like
Open out to the
open
world.
out, but in the same way try to rule the world.
Yes.
So they have
Definitely.
they're both very complicated people with
They're both.
both.
Say both.
Both very complicated people with interesting backstories. As Thanos, you know, he had a proposition to Titan to not die off, but to commit genocide and have 50% of their population killed. And with Killmonger, he
wants all the little people, which is 50% of the, or whatever, 60% of the world, or whatever the percentage may be, to rise up and
have a life and like, you know, like have the chance to have the education that we would. And we think that Killmonger,
backstory.
yeah,
What happened in the beginning of the movie
it's very
influenced-
typical for people.
influenced his character so much.
It made you like your heart go out to him, you know.
It just made you understand him, and they both, Thanos and Killmonger, want to do the best they can for their people, like the very best, and like at all costs.
Yeah.
Like even killing 50% of the universe.
Hello. I hope you enjoyed our second video of Hulk Wins All, Avengers Infinity War Endgame Flotations.
You mean video?
This
And hey guys,
is-
you bloody legends, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that little bell in the comments. Do whatever
Yeah,
you
this is
want.
our
I'll cut that out for you guys.
brother Stefan.
Is that French or Australian?
I'd like to thank
Should I cut that
my editor Chase and
He's our special little buddy.
all of you watching.
I
Thank you
edit
for
while they're
making this
playing.
possible.
It's not fair.
Yeah, I dunked on him and then he started editing.
And I was sitting there on their bed
so-
editing.
yeah.
Come back next time on Hulk Wins
On
All.
their bed?
Shout out to their-
Not their bed.
Yeah,
His bed.